15th of April 1989, Sheffield became synonymous with Britain's worst ever sporting tragedy, where 96 people died at the home of Sheffield Wednesday, Hillsborough. The event left a huge mark on the game, changing how fans will watch football in this country forever.
I'd say it's been a harsh lesson to learn, and one would never want to, to ever see that again, and we wouldn't want it to happen. But it has been a harsh lesson, and it's something that we've got to make sure will never happen again. That's why we have got stadiums as we have. So it was a huge change in football, and that's why it will never be forgotten. And simple fact, it's as Brian Clough once said, we kick a bag of wind around, and nobody should die because of it. And that was it.
In the city centre, a 2-minute silence was held at 6 minutes past 3, the moment the game was called off, and all buses, trams and trains stopped to mark the occasion. Opinions from the public vary, with issues still unresolved involving the conduct of the police, but many still have strong views as well as a personal connection to the event.
I think it's been a very important part of Sheffield history. I mean, I go back a long time and remember other disasters, like the bombing and stuff like that. And this ranks with it, without a doubt, because it is a disaster that should never have happened. Tragic. And hopefully never happen again.
I just remember seeing the beginning of it on telly and speaking to my mum and dad at the time about the fact that somebody had died, and it was in my home city, and it was my football team as well, the ground where it was happening, so it had a huge impact on how I felt at the time. Paul, you feel a real link from Sheffield to Liverpool, I suppose, and you remember the players and things at the time, and I think a lot of the players were affected and a lot of the fans were affected, and there's a huge respect between Liverpool people and Sheffield people, I hope and I feel.
I think it's been forgotten a lot, to be honest. I mean, I lived down at Hillsborough when it happened, and I was at home that day, so it was personally it was had quite an effect. And having said that, I've forgotten until people remind you that it's 20 years ago. We had a lot to suffer in Sheffield. We had a lot to suffer because the police were implicated in the way that they reacted. So I think we've had to bear that. But apart from that, I think it was an event, a tragic event, but if you like, it slipped into life.
I think there's still a lot of denial about what actually happened that day. It seems strange to me that nobody's actually been prosecuted for that after all this time. Somebody made that decision to open up those gates that day. I don't think the police played their part, and I don't think anybody's actually had the bravery to put their hands up and say, no, we got it wrong. I think it's probably time to move on, to be honest. It would be good if the families involved could actually get some closure and somebody to actually pin it on, but I don't think that's going to happen now.
These controversial issues may never get resolved, but one thing's for sure, scars and memories of that fateful day will always be on show at Hillsborough.